What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. So today we're going to talk about, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and it was kind of on a Facebook post, and it was about minimum wage. And his question was the typical, I know the minimum wage is kind of phasing out, but there's still some people that are talking about raising the minimum wage. And his question was, what should the minimum wage be to live a comfortable life on minimum wage, or something like what should the minimum wage be to live comfortably? And that's what we're going to talk about. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right. So minimum wage, that's what we're talking about. And to me, and I don't know, I don't know, I might tick some people off on this one. I might, who knows? But whatever side you're on, this is just my opinion. This isn't, this is just what I think they should do. But minimum wage, for one, is not meant to be a living wage. You're not supposed to, it's not meant to live comfortably on. That's not what minimum wage is meant for. And it's meant to just get something and do what you can until you find the right job, or to gain this knowledge and skills to start moving up the ladder of the company that you're in. It's not meant to live comfortably, live in a nice house, it's not supposed to be, it's not meant to buy a house. Nobody's ever been able to buy a house on minimum wage. It's not like that. And for minimum wage, it's like it's basically a pay raise for the non-skilled workers. Because I don't know about you, but I, for one, I've worked with a lot of people they're lazy, and they're not that motivated, and they're not that good at what they do, and they make mistakes a lot, and so basically raising the minimum wage means these guys get raises, but I've put in my time and I've put in my effort, and I don't think I've ever worked for minimum wage. Well, let me take that back. I worked for minimum wage for like a week, and then I ended up walking out on them because, I'm not putting up with that for minimum wage. And it was just in between jobs. I got something. It's like, minimum wage? Really? That's what you're going to pay me? Well, I got something. I have to get something. And I was there for I don't even think I was there for a week. I may have only been there for like a couple days. But regardless, I mean, minimum wage, it's like what's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to jump on real quick and do a quick shout out to the sponsors of this video, which is first and foremost, the Lord above, the creator of the universe. Without him, none of us are anything. We're all nothing. And secondly, I wanted to shout out to the subscribers of this channel, because without the subscribers, this channel's nothing. And we're growing. We're growing slowly, but we're growing. And I get between like 1 and 10 new subscribers every day. So I see every single one, and every one I appreciate. It's like, it's amazing to me that I even have as many as I do. But my goal for the year is 8,000. So if we can get that by the end of 25, that would be awesome. And if those of you that have subscribed, again, thank you so much. You're the life of this channel. And those of you that haven't subscribed, if you want to, maybe not right now, but if you want to watch for a few more minutes, and then if you want to
go ahead, make my day.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, that would be fantastic. But again, it's up to you. If you feel like it, if you feel like you're getting anything out of this, I'm working on a few things that I'm going to come up with some new videos and some new ideas that might help you out a little bit. But anyway, again, appreciate y'all. Love you. Back to your show. You're forcing these companies to give these non-skilled, non-motivated workers that really shouldn't deserve a raise. You're giving them a raise, but the long-time employees that have been there forever and actually have earned where they're at, they don't get raises. So it's like, it's kind of, you're favoring the non-skilled workers. So that kind of gets me to my thought is what should they actually do with minimum wage? And this might sound a little off because I know there's a lot of people even on the left that want to raise it. There's people on the right that want to leave it where it's at or maybe raise it a little bit or whatever. But my opinion kind of goes away from both of those arguments. And some of you might be on the same side, but anyway, at least hear me out before you just slap me in the face or whatever, or leave me some hate comments. And I'm probably going to get hate comments anyway, because, that's what people do nowadays. Not you. I mean, not all you. Y'all subscribers are awesome. It's the non-subscribers, the ones that won't subscribe, the ones that just troll, and they leave the hater comments. But anyway, my theory on minimum wage is I think they should do away with it altogether. Just no, there's no such thing as minimum wage. You pay the people what they're worth. Period. If you're only worth $2 an hour, guess what? I'm only paying you $2 an hour. You're basically, I think companies should be able to pay the people what they're worth, not what the government tells them they have to pay. And that's where, and I might get some negative comments on this one, and it is what it is, but that's just my theory. But again, hear me out on this. It's like, because some people are, they're really not worth it. And that would give them either motivation to either quit and go find somebody that will pay them more, or step up your game a little bit and start gaining some skills and gaining some knowledge and get a little bit more motivated. $2, this sucks. I got to go work harder. I got to work harder and earn more. And, $2 an hour, that's kind of ridiculous, but I'm just using that as an example, but I just don't think there should be a minimum wage at all. Pay the people what they're worth, because raising the minimum wage that much to like $15 an hour, where a lot of the people on the left want to raise it to, that's going to put a lot of people out of work. If you look at it that way, because now, or prices are going to skyrocket. Like y'all on the left, if there's, y'all on the left, you're talking like the tariffs are going to raise prices. Prices are going to get jacked up because of tariffs. Prices are going to get jacked up because of whatever reason it is you're thinking. It's been the tariffs lately. The tariffs are going to make prices go up. Well, so would raising the minimum wage that much. That's like, I don't even know what it is now. I haven't worked minimum wage, like I said, but for a few days at most. But that's like almost a double. That's like almost doubling minimum wagers pay from $7 to $7.50 to $15. If it's $7.50, I don't know. It could be closer to the $8 range by now, but I don't know. Someone in the comments tell me what it is, but I don't know. But raising it to 15, that's almost double. It's almost doubling the, and I guarantee you, I won't be getting no raise. I just work the same as I am, but now everybody else is, all these non-skilled workers that work for, these high school kids that have no skills yet. They don't even have any skills yet. Not that nothing against them, but they're high schoolers. They're kids that just, their first jobs, and they're making that much of a wage. Yeah, just 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. I think I feel a sneeze coming on, and I don't want to do that on camera. But anyway, like I said, and nothing against these high school kids that want to go out and get a job. Awesome. I'm all for that. High school kid, get them out in the workforce, get them out working, get them off their butts and off their computers and off their tablets and video games, and get them out working. But to bring them in at that much of a wage right off the bat, that's for one going to entice them to not finish school, and it's going to bring them up to a level that's right up there with a lot of people. A lot of people they have worked their way up, and that's about what they're making. $15 an hour is kind of low wage right now in this day and age and this economy. But I mean, some people that started out at minimum wage and they've been working hard and they've been building up their thing. They're still gaining the skills. They're still young and they're still gaining their skills. That have worked their way up to that. And now all of a sudden these young kids are coming in and they're starting right at their level. And it's like, Doesn't make any sense. And it's nothing against those that, work on minimum wage or anything like that. Cause I mean, some of y'all probably do deserve it. I'm no disrespect to anybody. Some of you probably do deserve more, but there's a lot of other jobs out there hiring that pay it more than that. I mean, some of these even jobs that should be paying minimum wage are paying more than that. So if you're making minimum wage, you've got options. Either keep battling, keep working, keep grinding and climb, or go find something else. There's jobs out there that will hire. I mean, there's places out there, but again, not trying to ramble, not trying to get anybody under anybody's skin. It's just I had a conversation, and that's my take. Like I said, I'm not basing that on any kind of facts because, like I said, I don't even know what the minimum wage is. Maybe I should have researched that before I got on and done a video, but it's just, I don't think they should. I think they should just do away with minimum wage, or maybe raise it just a little if they do. But I think just do away with it because there's some people out there that really aren't even worth the minimum wage, says me. And to any of you that do make minimum wage, like I said, no disrespect, because I'm sure y'all work hard, but there's just those people. There's those few that ruin it for the many. I always say that the few ruin it for the many, and it's those guys that do it. It's not us skilled people, the skilled workers, and us that have been working and grinding and climbing the ladder. But even at that, like if you've been grinding and started out at minimum wage and you've been grinding and you've been staying with the same company and you've built yourself up to that point, and then this guy here's just barely came in at your wage, how are you going to feel? How's that going to make you feel that you've worked there for 2, 3, 4 years and now you're up to that $15 an hour mark? You're starting to climb, starting to get to where you're doing okay. I mean, still, like I said, $15 an hour is not much, but you finally got up to that. You're starting to do it, and then all of a sudden they're hiring new people in, starting at $15 an hour. These unskilled people that have never worked a day in their life, and all of a sudden they're making the same amount as you. You work twice as hard, if not more. They're lazy. They unskilled. I mean, even if they're not lazy, even if they're trying, but they're coming in unskilled, know nothing about the job because their first job, they're coming in and making the same amount as you that's been there for a few years. So that's just my take. Just gonna start rambling, so I better just end it. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. Again, do the YouTube stuff if you don't mind. Again, I'm trying to get to that 8,000 mark by the end of the year. That's a huge number to me. May not be to everybody else. Some people are, they're 8 million, but 8,000 to me, that's huge for me. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Again, links to some of my other channels that I'm starting are down below if you feel like checking them out. Appreciate y'all. Love you. See you in the next one.